Yes, indeedy.
We're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling. Okay. Well, let me compose myself. Well, I hope everyone has had a welcome to FarFar Shop. We are rolling, right?
We still are rolling.
Oh, we're still rolling.
Can confirm.
Confirmed. Welcome to FarFar Shop, and I hope everyone has had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And here we are, 2026, with we all have hopes and dreams for a new year. It's a fresh start, and we have resolutions. People make resolutions, but I like to think that resolutions should be made throughout the year, and you adapt, change, and try to improve as you go, rather than, okay. Well, a couple of things I was just going to show through the making gifts for Christmas was kind of fun to do. A lot of impromptu, real quick ideas hit and creative things to do. And a couple things I'll show you, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
One I made for you, actually. And let me step over here. In the old barn frame, and this is an example, these pieces of drop that you cut off that, boy, they're just, I hate to throw them away because is there another purpose for them? I mean, there's the old barn frame, and this is what the house is built out of, and isn't there a use for these? Well, one day, this is another knee brace tenon that goes into the mortise, like that, and that was a piece of drop. Well, I saw a building shape, a church spire thought. So for Christmas, I made two, took a tenon, made a little door, drilled a hole, had some wire mesh from a concrete wire mesh for flat work we've done out here. And this is a connected joint, so I was able to cut this and make a cross to go in the point and make a church shape. Just as a sculptural thing and decorative, and I thought that would be fun to do. I made a couple gifts like that. So here's a repurposed tenon. Otherwise, there was no real structural use for this anymore, but to think this was carved or cut with hand tools over 125 years ago, it's just hard to discard it and not find a use for it. Because in and of itself, that is just artfully done. And that's a structural joint. Member that, to me, needs to live on. So, made a couple of those.
And you did put a finishing wax
let me
or
cross
something
in front of you again.
Okay.
I did.
Just to give it that patina.
I did.
Tidy it up a bit.
And to protect the wood.
Mm-hmm.
I use this Howard feed and wax. And I expect Howard to send us a check. You need
Big
to
bucks.
Fund this moment. This
Yeah.
is an unpaid for promotion.
But it should be.
But this works real well. It's a good penetrating, protects, and adds a nice soft patina to the old wood. Did that. And another idea came to mind. I had a 5-gallon bucket of old electrical line insulators from telephone poles. I found them at an auction. Nobody was interested in them. I just, that's kind of a long story, but I wasn't there to buy them, but nobody was bidding on them. So it went for $5. And I said, well, yeah, I'm not going to see those going. We can find a use for them. Well, they had all these little arms that were on the telephone poles, and they're threaded, and the insulators came with them. So I cleaned them up, and I have several of them. And I thought, hey, why not find an old board? And then I screwed these on a board, and this is a hat rack, coat rack, some kind of rack, or some type of decorative
That's what
item.
I'm intending, because that's what you gifted. One of the things you gifted me.
Yeah,
and I appreciate. I'm intending to use it more as a decorative feature.
sure.
Just so I don't cover up the insulators. It's pretty. I like the rustic elements, and I think it would make a neat decorative feature with maybe some lights
Sure.
intertwined.
And the fun thing is, like I showed there, these all come off. They're threaded on, and you can remove them and have just like a pegboard concept. The only thing is, wouldn't be as clean as a glass insulator, but so this has multiple uses. But it was just a fun, simple thing to do and make a gift out of, to repurpose, kind of a repurposing project again, like so often we do. Those are a couple things that were Christmas gift items that were fun to produce.
And then with the new year, there are always ongoing projects.
Right.
Some that have been started and that are hoping to complete this year. One of them being, since it's just right in the background here, obviously the toolbox. It's been featured, it's been talked about, but a little exciting update on it being...
Right. After, as long as I can remember, 40 years anyway, or longer. It's never had a key. I was able to remove the lock and voila, take it to a locksmith and got a key made for it. That's exciting. So that was accomplished. Now the finish work needs to happen. Out here, it's I don't have a controlled environment, and I depend upon the seasons and the heat and the weather. Right now we're in winter, so it's a little cold. It's not a good time to do finish work. And this project kind of moved back because I was moving forward on other things. And that's on the, not a back burner, so to speak, but it's on the front burner on simmer, I guess. I may take it into town to finish it. I'll sand it out here and strip it and get it ready for finish.
Yeah, because finish is temperature dependent.
It is. For what I'm going to do. I want to spray the finish on it. I want to lay down a nice finish, and I hope that we can do a video on that project.
Yeah.
That you can show that process.
Well, you're a master at finish. It's true.
I've done a lot of finish.
You have. And so you're very skilled and knowledgeable about how to do it well, and even how to create and mix finishes for all different types of looks, patinas. So I won't go into that right now, but
yeah, that's a whole
that's
conversation.
A whole can of worms that could be opened.
Logged a lot of hours, but when you say master, I appreciate that. That's a very kind thing to say. But in my mind, a master, you always get better. You always improve. And what I know may be significantly more than someone else, but then I look to others and think, yeah, I've got a lot to learn. And I hope to apply that thinking, always wanting to acquire knowledge and apply yourself to new techniques or whatever, and add to what you do know. Yeah. And then again, like we talked earlier on, be able to wring that out and share that with other people. So that's one project. Yeah, that's one.
And then the window seat, that is ongoing. A lot of progress has been made. Now that lights are up, the main structural kind of feature elements of the beams, but there were still bookshelves to be made.
I didn't have the heart to sit there and work on it while everybody's visiting for Christmas.
Excuse me, I have to work. Need the Christmas tree out of the way.
I'll join you later.
Yeah. No.
So we've taken a break.
Yeah, that's on pause. That's simmering as well, but that'll be forthcoming, the completion of that. Anything else on the docket?
There's a floor lamp in the works, utilizing the easel project we did. I think, have we mentioned that before?
Maybe.
I don't remember what all we've talked about. But that's another thing, another lamp or two. One of the big projects this year, we hope to undertake a garage, which we've much needed for a long time.
Yeah, the community, back in the day, the community ice house, which would have been, over 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's an old...
That old building has served well as a garage, quote unquote, but it's tired.
Yeah,
the termites have loved on it a little too much, and it's ready to go and be replaced. So
we need to do that. And there's other things, with an old farmstead, there's always something to do. And we might even get into some of the aspects of land maintenance kind of thing, where you're out with the tractor and the chainsaws and the brush hog, and when you're shearing bolts on your brush hog.
What do you do?
It's all part of it. Yeah.
You've definitely helped me a time or two or three.
Just like, yeah, we
shearing the bolts on the brush hog.
And you learned a lot. That's just part of it. And even today, I was out on the zero-turn mower to mulch silage that is blown in off the field, and it's everywhere. So that really calmed that down. But I go out and it's been sitting for a while. Lo and behold, and got to think, well, I hope the battery will, and it wouldn't even turn it over. So I had to jump start it off the truck to get, there's always something
problem solving.
Yeah, problem solving all the time. And we're out here quite a ways from any garage or part stores or whatever. So you have to improvise and innovate and kind of figure things out to keep moving. Try to plan for things, but you can't always plan for everything. And so you get some challenges thrown at you. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this is about being a lightning rod for the creative spark, know. And you take that spark, you ground it, and you execute, and that's just fun to do. So there's probably things I'll be doing I don't even know about right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get zapped and, oh, hey, let's do that. So certainly things we need to be doing. I'm sure I'm forgetting things that have been talked about or discussed and being considered.
Yeah. Well, we have our list.
That's right.
If nothing else, there's a list to reference.
There's always maintenance on vehicles. That's always ongoing. With 450,000 motors around here and tires. And minimum.
Yeah.
New tools have been acquired. So we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Got some cordless tools for Christmas. That was really wonderful. And yeah.
I was going to pan down.
Okay.
Because something that you like to do is you keep track of the happenings and events, speaking of planning and so forth, on your calendars. But this calendar, you always grab one of these at Napa.
Hi, Rocky. Oh, yeah,
he's
buddy.
A good boy.
Yeah, he is a good boy.
Oh, boy.
He always snores when he breathes. He's so relaxed. But one thing my mother used to do was she journaled on her calendar. She recorded, and I love those calendars that are still around that, excuse me, that are still around. And that she documented her life and her family's life, and even the weather and events of the certain day on a calendar. So I've kind of continued on with that. So this month, the new calendar, January 2026, you're a good boy. Okay. Has this 69 Nova. Well, my grandfather had one of these, if you can believe it. His was a 70 or 71. I'd have to look that up. And it was a small block Chevrolet engine. And this is the big block Chevrolet. So this was a ripper in the day. And it's just kind of fun to have that. This would have been a real sleeper. There wasn't a lot of these with big blocks in them. This is a 396, as you can see.
396 is horsepower?
No, that's the cubic inch that's the displacement of the engine. The horsepower was 375 horsepower. So just about a square deal. And that's That would have been a lot of fun to drive.
And how
In
old?
69, see, in 70, that was the last year. That's before the emissions started being applied. 71, they started it to, that was when there was an energy crisis and a gas shortage and all of that. That then with emissions, they started to detune them from 71 on. And they got to be really anemic in the mid and late 70s. But the late 60s, early, and 1970 in particular, they were just about open them up as much as you can, pour as much, they just ripped. They were just that visceral horsepower. They were a lot of fun to drive. I'm glad I lived in that and was driving in this time where I got to experience these cars. So it's more than just, oh, that's a cool old car. It's kind of brings back a lot of good memories.
Mm-hmm. How old would Grandpa Matt have been when he had that?
Oh,
70s?
He would have been about 72 or 73.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Inspirational.
And the funny thing is he told me he went in to buy a 4-door 6-cylinder. Well, they didn't have one on the showroom floor or on the lot at the time, and he looked at the 2-door V8 and he thought that was okay. So he bought that one. It was pretty peppy. It wouldn't have been an SS like that one, but
did he ever put his foot in it?
Oh, I'm sure if he needed to pass or
Yeah. He was pretty laid back though.
Yeah, he was a real chill kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did Grandma Dagmar have? Because then she ripped, didn't she?
Well, she probably shouldn't have had a driver's license. I remember being a little boy in her Corvair station wagon,
Okay.
and it was such an event. It was like a carnival ride going through town. She just hit the dips or whatever, and we'd be bouncing around the seats. No seat belts, and Grandma just put the foot to it and got where she needed to go. She was a fun driver from our standpoint. I don't ever remember having an accident. That she was a fairly safe driver, I think.
Yeah.
But so she had a Corvair, which is a Chevrolet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Good memories.
There's the new Route 66 sign behind your
Oh,
head.
yeah.
Speaking of.
Get your kicks on Route 66. That's right. Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way.
Yep. Goes through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri.
Oklahoma City's mighty pretty. You'll
You'll
see
see-
Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona.
Winona.
Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino.
Bernardino.
Get hip to this timely tip.
Yeah.
Going to make that California trip.
Get your kicks.
Yep.
On Route 66.
It's interesting. With my parents, they had a motel on Route 66 when Dad passed away. So, and this past year, last summer, we actually went down to Oklahoma and traveled some of the old Mother Road. There's sections of Route 66, and it does go through Oklahoma, of course. And there's a new highway that's replaced the old Mother Road, but there's still segments of the original road, and you can see those. So I told Mom, I said, Mrs. FarFar, I said, let's get on the Mother Road. Say we drove Route 66. So we did. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for giving us a little update.
Yeah.
Spend a little shop time.
Look forward to the new year with everybody, and
Yeah.
we'll see where this goes.
Good things to come. Wishing everyone well and a happy new year. And to be continued.
That's
So,
right.
What do you say?
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment if you care to. And send us your credit cards. Don't forget the authorization code.
That's...
And then we'll take care of the rest, and then we'll mail it back to you.
Okay. Yeah.
It works really well that way.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
or just have a lovely day. That
Yeah, have
too.
a lovely day. Really appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah.